stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors. Stay clear of the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and this is episode number 272 of the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. Today's Monday, October the 13th, 2025, which means it's Casey, my girlfriend's birthday. So shout out to Casey. Have a great birthday. She does not listen to this podcast. But, she'll appreciate the shout out anyway. Maybe somebody will pass along that I gave her a shout out. But it is a very special Monday. We've got a lot of news to get into, and I am going to share, both of us together at the end of the episode are going to share a little bit more news about the future of the Monday Morning Monorail podcast, as we teased at the end of last week's episode. But before we can get to any of that, I have to welcome in my Monorail co-pilot, and that is, of course, the one and the only, the bad boy for life, Landon the Doane. Landon, welcome back to the Monorail. Happy Casey's birthday!
Happy Casey's birthday, one and all, and it's a Monday morning. You know what that means. Coming from the Isolation Station of Love, it's me, it's the DOZ, and please pass along birthday wishes to the one and only Casey from Landon the Doane, please.
Of course, will do. Because her birthday's on the 13th of the month, and it's in October, which is the spookiest of all months. Mm-hmm. In the past, she has had some Friday the 13th in October birthdays, which is really awesome. Fun. That would be so cool, but I feel like it's totally wasted on Casey because she doesn't like the spooky stuff so much. So, but I'll make sure we embrace it going forward anytime it happens. And she'll be. I
kind of feel like you can pick up the slack on that, because finding out that she doesn't appreciate the spooky, you do appreciate the spooky, and one McKenna Monorail definitely appreciates the spooky, and us being in the spooky season of October, I'm trying to embrace the spooky a little bit more this spooky season. I've watched some scary movies, watched Weapons last week. Good, not great, but a phenomenal, I think, horror icon going forward. And I'll just leave it at that because it's part of the reveal of the movie. Did another rewatch of my favorite movie this year, Sinners. If you haven't seen Sinners yet, go check it out. I can only give it 2 thumbs up, but if I could, I would give it more than 2 thumbs up. Again, it's my favorite movie of the year.
The Total Recall conundrum. You wish you had 3 hands.
Yes. That old classic, the Total Recall conundrum. And then on the docket, I'm gonna rewatch the original Godzilla, the black and white one, because that is a horror movie. When Goji shows up, and but yeah, I'm trying to do better this spooky season.
So I love Sinners. I thought it was really, really good, and I would love to rewatch it. I wish I'd seen it in the theater. I didn't get to see it in the theater, but I haven't seen Weapons yet. In the theater right now is an interesting option. I've been seeing some trailers for this Good Boy movie.
Oh, I so want to see Good Boy.
And I want to see it. I hear it's getting great reviews. Of course, the main character, the title character, is the goodest of boys. It's a dog. Mm-hmm. And that makes me very worried that I won't be able to see the end of the movie because I fear something bad is going to happen to that doggy, and that's what I don't want. Yes. Yeah.
This might be a spoiler, but I feel like it's not a spoiler because the makers of Good Boy, which, by the way, if you don't know, it's a horror movie shot from the perspective of a dog trying to protect his owner from some spooky entity in the house that only the Good Boy can see. The makers of the Good Boy have heard this complaint from potential movie goers. And like in my day job on Fridays, we talk about new movies. And when we talked about Good Boy, rather, a listener reached out to me and said, I think this sounds like an interesting movie, ... But I can't go see this movie because I'm afraid that something would happen to the dog, echoing your sentiment. The makers of Good Boy have started a marketing campaign saying that they too have heard this sentiment from potential moviegoers, and they are saying nothing happens to the dog.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Or rather, the dog doesn't. This isn't a Marley and me situation.
Okay. Well, I mean, I avoided that movie specifically because of that.
Yeah. We all knew what happened to the dog at the end, so I've spoiled 2 movies. I apologize to anybody who has yet to see Marley and me as well.
Well, maybe this it will open it up for others who had the same fear or hesitation that I did, that they could go see Good Boy, because it does look really good. If you haven't, maybe go seek out a trailer for it and just take a look. It looks very sweet and scary at the same time.
Yes. And it's PG-13, so there you go. Fun for the whole family.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Take the kids.
When you said your favorite movie and then you said Sinners, that was a surprise to me because I really thought you were going to say Ernest Scared Stupid.
Well, of this year. Year. Yeah. For whatever reason, Touchstone Pictures / Disney decided against the re-release of Ernest Scared Stupid on the big screen. But hey, Disney, I know you listen to this podcast. I do think you need to put Ernest P. Worrell back in the theaters. I feel like that would bring us, a very divided country / world, back together. Know what I mean?
True. Ernest can save us all.
Ernest saves the world.
Very soon he saves Christmas. So
yes, yeah.
it'll be time for that.
As soon as October 31st comes and goes and it's November 1st, get out of the way, Mariah Carey. It's Ernest season.
It's always Ernest season in this house.
Amen.
Well, with that hopeful feeling in our hearts that we're heading to Ernest season, I think that now is the time to turn the page and start talking about the Walt Disney World news. So let's do it. Let's dive into the news. That's right, dreamers. We're back with the headlines from Walt Disney World. And there's a lot to talk about this week. Last week, it was all chicken tendies all the time.
Yeah, it was.
And I hope you enjoyed the taste of that episode, because this one, we got a little medicine coming after that sweetness last week.
Boy, do we. And much like real medicine, this medicine is expensive and not covered by your insurance.
Oh, no. Yeah. By the way, I would argue that I think a Walt Disney World annual pass is something that should be covered by insurance, because I know for me, it is self-help or self-care. It brings us all peace. It's an escape from the real world. So now might be a good time to start. All of us, we need to petition for our healthcare coverage companies to cover these APs, because we may not want to pay out of pocket for them anymore.
I don't disagree. And I mean, like, not only is it mental self-care, I know when I'm down in the parks, it counts as cardio.
Yeah.
In lieu of a gym membership, I think you should cover my AP. So let's petition your Blue Cross Blue Shields, your Cignas, what have you. Yeah. I love this idea.
Yeah.
Well, and those are the only 2 insurances I can think of off the top of my head. So,
call your insurance company. Tell them the Monorail sent you. And
No. We do not want that smoke. We do not want that. Tell them Hyperion Adventure sent you.
No.
Or the Dilla.
Well, it is true. Sadly, this week, as has happened in the last couple of years, last year around this same time, we got news of ticket increases at Walt Disney World, and it happened again. Walt Disney World has raised the price on APs, regular tickets, and Lightning Lane, and parking, and experiences. I mean, prices were increased.
Everything. It's everything.
Across the board. And, you know, we've got a lot of it here. We'll try to get through it as quickly as possible, because it's not really fun to talk about. But Jesus, goodness gracious. Annual pass increases. The lowest pass, the Pixie Dust Pass, previously was $469, is now $20 more at $489. And then every pass is increased, going up to the Incredipass, which started at $1549 and is now $16 $29. So $80 there. And it looks like that's the biggest increase, $60 on the Pirate Pass and $20 on the Sorcerer. So yeah, price is going up.
Which, I mean, if you're an out of state resident and by out of state resident, I mean Florida, much like me, the Credit Pass is still your only option. I know there is some wiggle room if you're a specific DVC member. I believe the Sorcerer Pass is available to you, but for the most part, unless you live in the Sunshine State, the Credit Pass is your only option. And what Jay said, that is now $80 more, coming in at a low price of $1,629 plus tax.
Yeah. Oof. So that, that's going to hit the annual pass holders in the wallet, but they weren't the only people who were taking strays or actually just being attacked directly by Disney in the wallets. It also just regular day visitors are also going to see increases, but this is where some people felt like Disney is crossing a line because previously we did not see ticket prices, single day ticket prices over that $200 mark, but now we are crossing into $200 territory with Magic Kingdom peak days at $209, Hollywood Studios peak days at $204, Epcot at $199, so still under $200, but very close, dangerously close. And AK is $184. Now, of course, if you get multi-day passes, the per day price goes down, but your overall cost increases. And that's what Disney wants you to do. They want you to get 5, 6, 7 day passes or an annual pass, because they know they're going to get your money once you're in the parks. But, single day tickets. Look, we've left the days of, just families being able, a family being able to go to Disney and enjoy the day, without having to really budget and scrape together their pennies. That was long behind us. But I think about this and I just think, Walt's original idea for the Magic Kingdom was a family park accessible to everybody, where everybody could go and have fun and enjoy their time. And I just think we just keep stepping farther and farther away from that being a reality, because you're talking about a family of 4. If that family of 4 has one day and they want to go to the Icon Park, the Magic Kingdom, that's $800 by itself on a peak day before you even get in.
Yeah. And that's before you even get in, and that's before taxes come into it. So I mean, there's a very real possibility you're looking at just shy of $1,000 before you even scan into the Magic Kingdom, before you even start walking down Main Street USA.
Yeah,
to get in. And of course, this comes at a time when I've been putting off getting tickets for the Lotus for our trip down right before Christmas. Good job by me.
I know. Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's the timing of this. I'm a poor planner because my annual pass expires in a month from now, and this happened to me last year. The ticket prices went up, and then my pass expired, and I had to make a decision. And I'll be making a decision this year. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, but I mean, like we talked about, you're spending more money before you even get into the park. But once you spend money, or once you get in the parks, you're going to be spending more money, because the Lightning Lane multi-passes, those are seeing more now in the Magic Kingdom. It's $45, was previously at max, $39, was $29 at launch. So and then now over at Epcot, $37, previously high $32. So it's only a $5 increase, but then compared to what it was at launch, $21. $21 from what it was, now $37 in Epcot. Hollywood Studios, you're going to be paying $39 for the Lightning Lane multi-pass, was previously, again, $35. So it's only a $4 increase. Compare that to the $26 price point that it launched at. And then finally, in Animal Kingdom, you're paying $35, was previously $29. Compare it to the $18 price point that it launched at in AK. Now you're paying $35 for the Lightning Lane multi-pass. Yeah.
That Lightning Lane multi-pass doesn't even get you everything in the park either.
Right.
You're still paying extra for the marquee attraction in that park.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, of course the air's out of the balloon here. Like we're never going back. We're never going back to free fast pass. Like it's just never happening.
Those days are long gone.
Because Disney has found like they're just like they're like a drug addict, and they're just going to keep going back to the well here because they know like people are going to pay these prices, and multi-pass sells out. It does. Lightning Lane single pass sells out. People buy these things because, by the way, if you don't, then you paid upwards of $200 to get into a park, and you may be able to ride 4 or 5 rides in that day because the lines are an hour or 2 hour long if you're in standby.
And what if somebody in your party doesn't want to stand in line for 2 hours? Then guess what? Your party might not ride Avatar Flight of Passage in your Animal Kingdom day.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the Lightning Lane single pass for Avatar Flight of Passage, $19.
It went up $1. Yeah.
It went up $1. So that $35 Lightning Lane multi-pass in Animal Kingdom, you're going to be paying an additional $19 ahead for everybody to ride Flight of Passage.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it only went up $1, but still, it's like Disney's keeps getting more expensive. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, now $22, previously was $19. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, $15, previously was $14. Tron Light Cycle Run, $23. Again, $1 price increase from $22. And then Star Wars Rise of the Resistance actually didn't go up. It stays at $25. So across the board, the most expensive single pass Lightning Lane is still Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Assuming it's up.
And it launched at 25. So that's interesting. It just stayed flat since it launched at 25. But I mean, it is, like you said, it's the most expensive, but everything else is creeping up on it. It's wild to me that Tron is the second most expensive.
That feels totally out of place. Like one of these things is not like the other.
Because, I would say you should flip those. Actually, it should be the least expensive because I would rather, in my opinion, I'd rather ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, especially if I'm a family. Like my family's going to want to ride that rather than Tron. Flight of Passage is a better ride experience. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess it has to be demand based, and well, maybe it's capacity too because I don't think Tron has a great throughput, so. They're pricing it to make it,
This might be a hot take. I don't think Light Cycle Run should be single pass. It should be in the multi-pass queue because I mean if we're power ranking these 1 through 5, I mean Light Cycle Run is a hard 5 in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've already got a single pass in that park, and in my opinion, one a park is enough.
More than enough. Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways. But before you even get in the park, prices are going up as well. Disney announced that they are updating parking rates. So standard parking has gone up $5. It's $35 a day. Preferred parking is $50 to $60 a day, depending on the date. And oversized vehicle parking is $40 a day. All of it is pretty much a $5 increase across the board. They just increased parking $5. Now, if you're staying at a resort, of course, you get parking at the parks for free. And the resorts, the Disney-owned resorts, do not charge for parking on property. They did, but then they took that away. So that's one positive that I'll bring up. But and you're going to be using transportation. But again, if you're not staying on property and you're a single day ticket holder guest, that's gonna hit you again in the wallet. So it's just like they get you coming and going, regardless.
Ken, I ask a dumb question. What is the difference between standard and preferred parking? Because I ask that as somebody who has never done parking at any of the parks. Because if I'm staying off property, I always ride share in. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like I'm paying one way or another. Or if I'm staying on property, to your point, I'm using the provided transportation. So I'm not worried about having to pay for parking. And also, other dumb question is, parking still a perk provided for APs?
Yes, parking is still provided for annual pass holders, so we get that included. But preferred is just closer parking. It's just a shorter walk. Shorter walk. But so if you're paying preferred, like they also have accessible parking that's closer, and you'll see that like They've got like large, like lots of available parking that for people who need accessible parking, and then the preferred parking is usually pretty close to that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But experiences are going up too. So we talked about tickets. We talked about multi-pass, lightning lane, single pass. We talked about parking. These are experiences inside and outside the park. I wanted to bring up specifically a couple of them here. One of them, the Savi's workshop, the hand-built lightsabers, $275 now, $274.99 for that experience.
I am so glad I got to experience Savi's and build my lightsaber when I did, because $275.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think when it started, it was $199.
Yeah. And when I did it, I think it went through its first price increase, and I did it for like $219 or something like that. It was right around that ballpark. But yeah, I think it launched right at that $200 price point.
That's what I'm thinking.
$275.
Yeah, that's a tough sell for me, and I love that experience.
Took the words out of my mouth. I mean, like that is a what is it from inside, a core memory for me at the Disney parks as a Star Wars fan. I mean, like Old Man Frank from Dillo's Diz was my +1 when I did my Savi's experience, and he recorded video, and like I've gone back and rewatched that more than once, I'll admit, just because it was so cool, and the story and that they tell and the experience, and you get to bring home a really dope piece of merchandise. Mm-hmm. What you do with it, I don't know. I still haven't figured out what to do with my lightsaber, if I'm being completely honest. But having said all that positive, all those glowing reviews, $275.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So that one jumped out to me. And then I did want to talk about the behind the scenes tour, because I feel like this is one of those like awesome deals that you can do on property if you love living with the land and you want to be one of those people who goes and checks out what it's like to actually work in those greenhouses and see that stuff up close.
And wave at boats as they go by.
Wave at boats, yeah. Previously $39 to $45. It's going up a little bit, so it's still, the minimum price is still $39, but the max goes up to $49. So it's still it's a modest increase, but it is going up. But
as somebody who did that this year, I would still say it's worth it.
Yeah, I think that's very reasonable. How long would you say the experience is? I
feel like it was at least an hour, maybe closer to an hour and a half. But like as somebody who clearly loves living with the land and maybe has a little bit of PTSD, if we're being completely honest, but I'm very glad I did it, and you get to learn so much about the attraction and see behind the scenes and be taken to parts of that greenhouse that you just didn't even know were there, that you've gone by in the boat so many times. And particularly you and me have gone by so many times.
More times than most people, I think.
Yeah.
It's funny. Last weekend when I was there, that was last weekend when I was there with Casey's parents, we rode Living with the Land, and I mentioned to them, I'm like, oh, this is the ride that for Landon's birthday, we marathon. We rode all day long. We rode it like 23 times. And then her mom was just like, why?
That's a fair question, Casey's mom. It's a fair question. We told us we're doing it for charity, but again, that's a fair question.
Yeah. So I would say, like, you got a lot of the tours, the prices increased. Droid Depot also went up by $10. It's $129. Fireworks Cruise went up by $50. It's $499.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. And then poolside patios went up by $10, $109 to $119. I'm guessing that's like cabanas around the resorts, I'm guessing is what they're talking about there. But that's not something I've ever done.
That sounds right. Savor the Savannah Bananas experience went up to $199 to $209. It was previously $189 to $199. So wait, no, that's just Savor the Savannah. My bad.
Oh my gosh. it's funny. Like I didn't put that in the notes at all, but you saying that Banana Ball is coming to Walt Disney World next year.
Yeah.
In 2026, Banana Ball at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. You gotta, if you're interested in doing that, you gotta enter the ticket lottery, and you better do it soon because I think it closes at the end of October.
And to speak, this has no impact to any of our listeners, but Banana Ball is also coming to Knoxville, and your boy put in the lottery.
So did I.
So fingers
for
crossed.
Knoxville. So did I.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. I saw in Knoxville they're playing at Neyland, but they're also playing at Covenant Health Park. So I think, and you don't get to pick which one you're putting in the lottery for. I guess if you get selected, they just say, hey, you won and you're going to Covenant Health. My preference would be that, because I think while Neyland would be cool, I don't really want to see baseball in a football stadium. And plus I think the intimate experience of Covenant Health Park would be more fun. So that's what I would like to do, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. One or both of us get selected for that.
That'd be really dope. Yeah, Lindsay and her daughter, their preference would also be Covenant Health Park. It's New Smoky Stadium. I don't care what our corporate overlords say. I think I would want Covenant, but part of me, it's like, I think it'd be really cool to go to Neyland and watch them.
It would be cool. It would be an experience, but I think the viewing experience would not be as good.
I think both statements are true.
Yeah. But anyways, fun that Banana Ball. It's crazy how that has just like exploded over the last few years, and they sell out everywhere they go.
Everywhere, yes.
And the fact they have to do like a ticket lottery is kind of nuts. But anyways, that has nothing to do with this. But if you want to see the Savannah Bananas, check the schedule. You got to enter the ticket lottery before the end of October.
Yes. We've talked about fun, whimsical stuff long enough. Back to the soul-crushing stuff about how Disney is more expensive. For example, Wild Africa Trek now costs you $229 to $239. That is a $10 increase.
Yeah, across the board, $10 increase.
Yep.
Anyways, do you want to, Landon, since you are the one who usually gets to come down and stay when you do stay at Disney resorts, this might impact you more than it would me. So do you want to take this next exciting piece of information?
Oh, yeah. The hits keep on coming. Generally, or, back in the day, as it were, if you were staying in resorts, you would get perks like, say, free Magic Bands or discounts on Magic Bands, or then Magic Band Pluses. And Disney says, there's a reason Landon said back in the day, because not so fast, not so much anymore, because effective immediately, Walt Disney World has removed discounted pricing on Magic Band Plus wearables for resort hotel guests and annual pass holders. Oh man, they really love us. The Magical Band Plus website was updated recently to remove mentions of the special pre-arrival pricings. Now, like I talked about, as you may remember, Walt Disney World used to offer free Magic Bands to resort hotel guests and APs. Of course, Disney did away with this perk earlier in 2021, but they have been offering discounted rates on select Magic Band Pluses for a while as a goodwill gesture. Now, Disney offered dozens of Magic Band Plus designs at a discounted rate. Now, typically the discount would range somewhere in the $10 range, a range that we've been talking about a lot here in this episode, lowering the price of the Magic Band as low as $24.99. We'll call it $25. Now, that discount is nowhere to be found. Everything costs more at Disney now.
I feel like this is like a real slap in the face.
Yeah, I mean, how could it not be considered it's a $10 discount, and Disney's like, no, you don't get that.
I guess
after you pay us almost $1,700 to have an AP, people that live outside of the state of Florida, we can't give you a $10 discount on select Magic Band Pluses. Not all of them, just select.
The only thing that I would say is you don't need a Magic Band to get in the parks and buy your merch and buy your food and all that kind of stuff. You don't necessarily need it, but it makes everything so much more convenient to have one. And if you're at the resort, it also serves as your room key, which is really nice. And
it works. I've never actually been able to successfully sync it up and use it. So.
I have. In the past, I was able to do that. So it does. I can say it does work. Maybe not always. maybe user errors is an issue here.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. I am a big fat dumb idiot, and I will be the first one to admit that.
But anyways, getting a Magic Band. So I can think back to when Sam and the kids and I took our trip from Knoxville down to Disney in 2014. Picking out your Magic Band color and then getting the delivery of the Magic Band before your trip was like such an exciting build up to the trip. Yep. And it felt like a little bit of Disney magic. And
like, just, this is real. This is step one of our trip.
Yeah. And so this is the problem. I think this is the overall sort of problem that I have with all of this. It's price creep, but also magic creep, or what would you call it? It's like, the magic is sort of shrinking. Magic shrink, price creep. I'm going to call it that.
I like that.
Is what we're seeing. And it's all about, like, the reason I care is because I think that it impacts people who are more like less frequent travelers to Disney. Those of us who have had annual passes for years or travel every year or live down here, if you're locals, you sort of are used to getting like kicked right in the nuts by Disney with price increases and different things like this. But like, I think you're continuing to price out the average guest, maybe push them to not be able to take Disney vacations. And then on top of that, taking away perks and benefits. It leaves a real bad taste in my mouth. And I hate that, because that's just, that's not what we want. We talk about Disney, like we said, it's an escape for us. It's our happy place, and it brings us a lot of joy, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of great memories. And then it just, where is the, recognition by Disney of like, well, we have these people who have generations of loyalty to our parks, and it just sort of seems like they're like, well, the real important thing is the bottom line, and we know they're a business, they're a publicly traded company, but when it's right in your face like this, it just stings a little bit, I guess.
And I mean, when you are a family, what was it? The family of four from Colorado that Chapek brought up a few years ago, and we all roasted him for it. That does make that trip down to Disney. It's like, there's a lot more affordable places to stay in Orlando, Florida than on resort. And by Disney taking this, it was a $10 discount on select Magic Band Pluses. Something, what you said, Jay, you don't need for the Disney experience. It's nice to have, but you don't need it. And Disney's taking this away. It's a way of saying, thank you for dropping, like, let's say you're staying at the Grand Flow, a place that's like $500 a night. Thank you for dropping $500 a night to lay your head on a pillow and sleep after going to our resorts. Here's an offer of goodwill. We're going to take off $40 for you and your family to order these Magic Bands that are still going to cost you all combined about $100, but we're saving you $40. And Disney's just like, nah.
Well, and let's not forget, they used to be free.
Yeah.
With your stay.
Up until 2021, they used to be free.
And MultiPass, which used to be FastPass, used to be free. That's the problem that I really have, is like finding these opportunities to like just get every dollar out of the traveler. And then, the Disney mouthpieces, and I'm including, he's losing his title, Josh D'Amaro. I'm not calling him Daddy D'Amaro in this, because I've heard him too many times, like holding that company line and saying, people, we talk to our guests all the time, and the memories that they make here with their family are priceless, and they keep coming. And that's their message when they're confronted about why do you keep increasing prices? And do you think it's too expensive? No, they don't, because people keep paying it.
You used an analogy earlier that I think is very apt. A drug dealer. Drug dealers make money, but they know what they're doing is wrong. If you ask a drug, hey, is this meth good for your customers? No. But I got bills to pay.
It makes them happy for a minute.
Yeah. Going down to the Magic Kingdom makes you happy when you're down there, but when you get home and look at your credit card bill, it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah. It just sucks. And by the way, I know, like, people, when you listen to this podcast, you come here for happy fun times and us, you want us to be silly boys. And we are, and we'll get back to it. But I think that it's okay to acknowledge, like, this sucks. Like, stuff like this sucks. And that's okay to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're saying. So.
And I mean, yeah, we do like to have fun and tell off-colored jokes and stuff like that. But we're also going to call it like we see it, and we're going to call a spade. And when something sucks, we're going to say something.
Yeah.
And this sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah, and this is, unfortunately, this isn't anything new when it comes to Disney. I mean, like Jay said, this time last year, we were talking about the same thing, about how the Disney experience, to get that magic fix, costs more. And unfortunately, if the past is any indication of the future, this time next year, we might be talking about this again.
Yeah, I got a little bad news for Disney, too, because right now, the calculation I'm doing in my head, okay, so my pass expires November 16th, right? And I am already planning sort of a temporary farewell tour of the parks. I have made reservations in each one of the parks to go one last time before my pass expires, because I'm not renewing right away, and I don't know what the time frame around me renewing will be. But the other thing that's in my head is, I know Universal's going to be adding Epic to their annual pass in the next 6 months. I know that that's true. Maybe by the end of the year. Now, when they do, the Universal price is going to go up significantly, I'm sure. Yeah, you know, but you're getting a whole nother park. And I'm thinking to myself, I've really enjoyed my time at Epic Universe. I think it would be cool to be able to go whenever I want to. Maybe I'm making a trade-off here and waiting to see what happens, because I at some point I got to make a choice. At some point it's the only, like, prudent thing to do for, like, budget-wise. I can't support, like, having just continuing to give, you know, all my money to theme parks.
Yep.
So.
And I mean, and we talk about how Disney keeps getting more and more expensive, yet they're taking away stuff like what used to be free in the Magic Bands and the Lightning Lanes, and we know free Lightning Lanes, multi-passes, and fast passes. That's not coming back. That's not what I'm saying. But everything gets more expensive, and they're taking stuff away that used to be free / discounted. Does it feel like we're getting more? Does it feel like we're getting better experience?
No, that's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, we didn't even mention Magical Express.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That used to be a free service from the airport to Disney is gone.
Yeah. Yeah, there's what mirrors you can
do
pay.
Mirrors. You could do mirrors. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Okay.
Well, and I mentioned I still have to get tickets for the Lotus on our trip. But we're going to have enough time. Like this is the trip that I had planned last year when unfortunately life went sideways at the Christmas trip for the Lotus, because Lotus loves Christmas. So we're redoing that this year, and Smoking Hot Fiancé is tagging along, but our trip is long enough to where I want to take her to Universal to see Universal's Christmas stuff and that Macy's Christmas parade. Yeah, so I got us day passes for studios.
Nice.
Significantly cheaper,
of course,
than anything that Disney is offering in any of the parks.
Yeah.
Significantly.
And let me tell you, you're not the only people who are, you know, making that judgment and seeing, oh, wow, this is like significantly cheaper. And guess what? You're going to go to Universal. You're going to go see that parade, and you're going to have a great time. It's great.
And you know what? That parade isn't locked behind an after-hour ticketed event.
Yeah. So,
which, I mean, we are like I'll admit, it's like, I will be hypocritical here. I already got us tickets for Very Merry and Jollywood.
Yeah.
That, like, I will admit, I am being a hypocrite in calling it out, but then in the same sentence saying I bought tickets for both Christmas after-hour ticketed events.
Doing it up big. But this is like but you know, it's very similar to people who do this. Like, this is a once in a decade kind of a experience. Like, you're not going to do this.
Yes.
For your mom again in the next like 5-6 years. Like, this is a big deal, and you're doing it up big.
And yes, this is a once in a decade trip, and also it's a make good for something catastrophic that happened last year.
But that's the thing, you're not alone with that. Like, when people make those those trips where it's like once every 3, 4, 5 years, you don't want to skimp on the experiences. You want to pay for that stuff. And Disney knows that. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyways,
I need a drink.
yeah, I know we went a little deeper on that than I meant to, but like, I just think it's okay. It's okay to call it out. It's okay to be like, this sucks. Like, look, at the end of the day, you can't
be frustrated. It's okay.
At the end of the day, they're still going to get money from us, and they know it, and that's why they increase the prices. But I will say, I saw a lot of people in the backlash of the price announcement saying, "Hey, you guys know what? Dollywood's a pretty darn good park. Maybe this is the year you go try out Dollywood." And a lot of people were kind of like echoing not just that, but other regional parks. And it's true. Mm-hmm. Might be time to start like visiting those regional parks and enjoying yourself on a lower price point. And then maybe saving up a little bit coming to Disney when they increase their prices again next year. Anyways,
there is a great, big, beautiful world outside of Orlando, Florida.
Anyways, okay. We do have some fun things to talk about, some good things to talk about, and I think
thank God, yeah.
Oh my gosh, new glow-in-the-dark Ghoul-Aid? Sorry, I just saw a commercial for...
Is that what we're talking about?
Let's talk about Ghoul-Aid. Oh, I love that stuff. Okay. Now, here's something that Disney is making right. A lot of people have had complaints about this. Disney has heard those complaints, and I think as time has gone on, the issue with this particular thing has gotten a little bit worse. What I'm talking about are, of course, the audio-animatronics in the Frozen Ever After ride. And if you have not had the chance to experience Frozen Ever After, you may not be aware that they have very cool audio-animatronics in this ride, but they also all have, not all, but most have projection faces. And the projection faces, while I feel like were a good idea in theory, are not the best looking a lot of times, because I think the idea was, how do you capture like an animated face on an audio animatronic and make it look like the cartoon? And that's what they were going for. They wanted to get all the expression, all the emotion, all that stuff in their animations on the audio animatronics. And that's what they did. But most times you look at them and you're like, it doesn't look exactly right. There's something a little off, like the color, the projection, the lighting on the face. Like it's weird. So good news. Disney announced this week that they are going to be upgrading the audio animatronics in Frozen Ever After to be much more similar to the ones that we've seen in the Tokyo Disney Sea, the World of Frozen at Hong Kong Disneyland. They've got, because we've seen Disney is capable of making these audio animatronics actually articulate very impressively, and they've done it with actual physical faces over there overseas. And so they're going to bring those upgrades over to Walt Disney World, and we're going to see it. And it's happening really soon. I don't have the timing on this in this announcement, but I know that they're saying they're going to do that. I saw it's going to happen like relatively soon. So that's good. I think a lot of people, Landon, I feel like this is something that I know you've commented on in the past. Those projection faces are a little unsettling sometimes, but now it's getting replaced, and they're going to be upgraded, and they're going to look really cool like those. We always say be fair to Orlando. And I think this is a case where they are being fair to Orlando. They're going to bring those really cool physical audio animatronic faces to Frozen.
Yeah, this is something that is long overdue, and especially it's like be fair to Orlando as we see what they do to other Disney parks around the world. The Imagineers finally got the animatronics to where it can look like an animated character. I mean, like even in the Magic Kingdom, some of the animatronics in Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I think, really have nailed that look. So it doesn't make sense why Frozen in Epcot still has those projected faces, because I mean, like the rest of the animatronics look really cool, and then you look Anna and Elsa in the face, it's like, oh, sweet baby Jesus, what is that? And it just looks so off-putting. Let's go with off-putting. Because I think you nailed it when you said it was better in concept, because I don't think even when it launched, it looked good when it was new technology. Now, and God forbid that it is ever slightly off or it's off.
Yeah.
Then it's like, what's wrong with them? They look like some sort of horror monster or something where it's like they have no face. And this is long overdue, and I'm excited to see what it looks like with real animatronics where it does look like they've stepped out of the screen and into this attraction.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Well, I mean, I'll give
this is why they're raising all the prices.
Yes, exactly.
Guys, they have to use the money to pay for the new Anna and Elsa animatronic. Guys, it makes sense now.
Yeah. They got to get that money from somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be cool. I'm excited about it. Of course, I'm a big fan of that ride. Everybody that listens to this podcast knows that I along with Tom from Hyperion Adventures podcast took a stray earlier, but I stand with Tom as I say, real men love Frozen. I love that ride.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And so I'm excited to see it get some love and get some upgrades. And the only thing that I worry is, does that mean that it's going to increase the wait time? Because I don't want that to happen. But at the same time,
yeah, because that's an attraction that already has kind of a lengthy wait as it is, especially on busy days in EPCOT. But for good reason, that it does already have some very impressive audio animatronics, just minus the whole faces thing. But I am looking forward to seeing that and some more impressive audio animatronics coming to the resorts, this time over in Hollywood Studios. We have more news on what's going to be the Muppet iteration of Rock and Roller Coaster, opening window of summer 2026. Disney put out a statement saying, quote, "At Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets, you'll bet we'll have the rock as well as the roll across Hollywood on a wild ride with the Electric Mayhem, complete with backstage chaos, high-speed thrills, that signature Muppet humor, and an all-new Muppet audio animatronic figure." Mm-hmm. See, okay, yeah, looking forward to that. I mean, like that was one of the things that we kind of speculated on throughout. Well, you're using the Muppets; they have a whole band. This is a band-themed roller coaster. It kind of feels like A plus B equals C feature Electric Mayhem, and they did have their own show not too long ago on Disney Plus, and people seem to like it. So
it was good.
Yeah, all right. The statement goes on to say, quote, "Side by side with a dedicated team of Penguin audio engineers, Scooter, in his capacity as band manager, will be trying hard to convince the Electric Mayhem to stop laying down tracks so they won't be late for their own concert. This will be the first time Scooter has ever been imagined as an audio animatronic figure, and I hear he might not be the only Muppet audio animatronics figure joining the attraction, but we'll have to wait and learn more about that later," end quote.
Okay. Now the speculation can begin.
Who else is going to be joining Scooter?
I bet it'll be Bean Bunny.
Bonnie! He's up there. I don't see any bunny. We're just going to recycle the entire Muppet Vision.
Well, yeah, they can, exactly. They've already got the penguins they can take from the orchestra, so I'm sure that we'll see those penguins as the audio engineers, and then Bean
Statler
Bunny.
and Waldorf. Yep. Mm-hmm,
yeah. Oh, oh, you're right. That's probably what it is.
They have to be somewhere in the ride.
I wonder where they will be. That'll be interesting because it's not while you're riding. You'd never get to see them. But maybe it would be kind of cool if they were like, once you exit the studio, they're in that alley scene, just kind of like heckling the crowd or something. That would be fun.
Ooh, that would be a good spot for them. See, I was thinking after the ride comes to an end in the area where you're unloading people, it's going to be, quote, the audience of the show, and there's going to be Statler and Waldorf animatronics either heckling the guests or heckling the band.
That's a good call. All right. Well, we're putting our money on Statler and Waldorf being the surprise that we don't know about yet, but who knows? I mean, it could be what else? There's the Swedish Chef could be could be ported over.
I mean, obvious money has to be on Kermit, right?
Kermit. But we do see, so the reason I was kind of thinking maybe not Kermit is in the concept art, we see Kermit on a screen in the studio, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean he couldn't be in the next scene, because he could. We'll see. I'm excited. I wish that they were maybe putting a little more money into doing some more effects during the ride, because it seems like maybe that's not so much what's happening. But maybe there's going to be enough in the pre-show and the queue after the studio that we'll feel like it's a real immersive Muppet experience. And that would also be cool, because maybe if people wanted to see all that and get their fill of the Muppets, they could experience the queue and then do like the chicken exit basically and not ride the ride, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, like some of those thrill attractions do have what you lovingly refer to the chicken exit.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, yeah, because I know there were a lot of people when they pointed to the reason they were sad Muppet Vision was one of the reasons they were sad Muppet Vision's going away, because they love the Muppets, but they don't like roller coasters, or physically they have an ailment that prevents them from riding roller coasters. I mean, heck, it's like my body is getting to the point where it's like I still like roller coasters, but if I ride a roller coaster, the next thing that I'm riding is a bench.
You're paying for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to let my body recover. And it's like, I do still want to get my Muppet fill when I'm in Hollywood Studios, and I want to experience this new Muppet attraction, but I don't know if I'm always going to want to be like, all right, cool, I'm going to ride a rock and roller coaster, but then that's going to take the next 30, 60 minutes of my time in the park to recover. And as we've talked about, the most valuable form of currency you have in a park is time. And you only have a finite amount of time when you're in the park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that would be nice. I just think that'd be cool if people could do that if they wanted it. Get a little taste of Muppet, go see the cool animatronics, but then not necessarily have to punish their bodies
right,
on the way out. But anyway, speaking of punishing bodies, I think it's time we talk about food. This was really good news because I'm always excited about new dining experiences coming to the Walt Disney World Resort. And here's a place where you actually don't have to buy a ticket to get in and experience a little Disney magic. You can go to Downtown Disney, and there is going to be a brand new experience, not only coming to downtown, this is Downtown Disney. Hold on a second. Wait, why was I convinced this was Disney Springs?
I was too. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no, Jay.
Who wrote these notes?
Jay, no. I'm going to have to do the Gordon Ramsay idiot sandwich.
I'm an idiot sandwich. I am an idiot sandwich.
Oh, no.
I'm the idiot sandwich, guys.
Well, you're not the only one, because this got dropped in our Discord chat, too.
Dang it.
Oh, man.
Dang it, man. Oh, come on.
Gordon Ramsay.
What are we?
Disney Springs.
Oh, what are we doing here, guys?
Oh, sawed off.
Son of a...
I know, Zoe. We're all upset.
I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in whoever posted it in the Discord. I'm disappointed.
Let's wildly speculate. It was Cocktail Bob. It wasn't Bob.
I'm disappointed in this whole endeavor. Well, anyway,
it's been a disappointing episode.
This is something that I'm sure that our friends Tom and Michelle over on Hyperion Adventures podcast will talk about, because they do talk about Disneyland. And if you go to Disneyland, you'd be able to try the Gordon Ramsay at the Carnaby, which is a British themed gastropub. Anyways, moving on. We don't talk about Disneyland.
No, but since we're talking about food, I can give you some Animal Kingdom food updates. That I'm pretty sure is in Walt Disney World as of this report.
For now, it is.
Yeah, for now. Well, and for now is a good thing to preface some of these food updates with. This comes from Alicia Stella's Bluesky account. We got some Animal Kingdom food updates. Dinoland's Trilobites and Dinobite snacks are closing permanently on October 20th. So that means your last day to enjoy those eats are October 19th. So that is this upcoming Sunday. So if you're a fan of those foods, make note, because you are still going to be able to get some of those treats, but they're going to be in different places around Animal Kingdom. For example, the Buffalo Chicken Chips are going to move to 8 Spoons Cafe in Discovery Island. The Dole Whip floats are going to be moved to Harang Outpost Asia, and the hand scooped ice creams, those are actually going to be out of the parks, but are returning in February. The Harambe Marketplace is also going to be temporarily closing on October 19th. So make note of that. And that is going to be opening in early 2026. Give me just 1 second. So make note of that. though family favorites like burgers and chicken strips are going to be added to the Harambe menu by Restaurantosaurus. So no days are going to be without those items. Harambe bowls and wraps are coming to Kusafari Bakery.
Okay. Got it.
And then, as previously announced, Restaurantosaurus, I just mentioned, will close permanently on February 2nd, 2026, to help make way for Tropical America Land at Animal Kingdom. Your last day to have a meal at that place, if it's going to close on February 2nd, is February 1st of next year. So make plans accordingly. So if you have a less adventurous eater, you are still going to be able to get your burgers, your chicken strips. Just they're going to be moved around.
Very good. Yep. Update your programs. And for now, at least for now, we know that Animal Kingdom is still at Walt Disney World.
And if that changes, I'm pretty sure Alicia Stella will let us know.
Hey, speaking of Alicia Stella, this is a little side note that I tried to make a mental note I wanted to talk about at the beginning of the show, and I forgot. So our friend Skipper Bob, sometimes he has like a side hustle, and he'll sometimes do like Uber. He sometimes does like DoorDash, some different things like that. He was out driving around this week, and he took a photo of those larger than life monster statues that used to be at the Monsters Cafe in Universal Studios on a trailer being moved from point A to point B. I don't know where they were coming from. I don't know where they were going, but he posted it, and he said on his post, he said, he thinks they were headed to Epic Universe. Now, I thought, because I feel like there was a bio reconstruct picture that was like an aerial picture, and those figures, it's Frankenstein, the creature from the Black Lagoon, and the Wolfman that used to be like.
Actually, it's Frankenstein's monster.
Oh, sorry, you're right. You're correct. It's Frankenstein's monster. I thought that they were already staged like in an area by Epic. So I'm not sure. Anyway, they're moving. Who knows why? Bob took a picture of them and he posted it, and Alicia Stella reposted it, and it got like a ton of traction. So because of that, I'm scrolling Facebook and I start to see Universal accounts, unofficial Universal accounts, posting Bob's picture with no photo credit.
Oh, come on.
So I want to say this. I don't know that any of those people listen to this podcast, but I just want to say, if you're a creator, whether it be a blogger, a vlogger, a podcaster, whatever, do not take other people's stuff and post it as your own ever, or claim that it's yours. And if you're going to post a picture, give somebody photo credit. I did see there was another account that did give Bob photo credit. That was Universally Addicted. I will give them a shout out because they did give Bob photo credit. But there were other accounts that took it and ran with it, and they didn't mention him at all. That sucks. Don't do that.
Yeah. Don't be stealing, because that's what that is.
Yeah. That's lame. And I actually commented on one of the ones I saw. I was like, and I tagged Bob, and I was like, hey, Bob, they nabbed your picture. So don't be doing that. There's a particular blog website called Inside the Magic who is notorious for doing such things. So it's not cool. Don't do it. Anyways, that was a side note. Speaking of things that are magical.
Nice transition. Nailed it.
Well,
Nailed it.
I was going to say, speaking of things I don't like that people do, but I have no opinion on Cake Bake Shop. Whatever. It's fine. If you wanted to do a special fancy experience with Santa, the Cake Bake Shop has announced that they're offering a $200 dinner with Santa that will be a 3-course holiday dinner. And with the experience, you get up to 3 beverages, including alcohol. You get an entree, you get a seasonal dessert, which will just be a gingerbread cookie. You get a family photo with Santa downloaded through Disney PhotoPass, and a gift to take home. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a frame for your digital picture.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
And so the menu begins with sparkling holiday champagne and cocktails. You get elegant hors d'oeuvres, followed by a sumptuous main entree designed to warm the heart, and concludes with a seasonal dessert. Now, this is expensive. It's $200 a person, and the price, you have to fully prepay. The price is non-refundable, and it does not include tax or 24% gratuity that will be added on at the time you pay. So, I mean, I hope it's great. I still haven't been to the Cake Bake Shop because that's too rich for my blood. And this is a expensive experience, but it may be something really nice and magical that people want to do with their kids. And you get some fun time with Santa and maybe some really good food. I think it's cool that they include the alcohol in the package. A lot of times that's like an add-on, but for this, it's not. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny whether or not there's a lower price for people who like for kids, or if you just like are like, I don't want alcohol. I don't think so. I think if you're an adult, it's $200. It may be an adult for all ages. It doesn't say. So anyways, it's something you could do. Landon, are you going to add this on to your Christmas trip with your mom?
Nope, not for that price point. I can go get a free picture with Santa at the Westtown Mall, and then if I want to get an entree and booze, do it for a lot cheaper.
Go to Chili's.
Right? Yeah.
That triple dipper. The price is always right. Yeah. So anyways, just wanted to throw it out. It was news. And I'll be honest, I'm still feeling like a lot of shame and embarrassment from trying to talk about this Gordon Ramsay restaurant that I thought was coming to Disney Spring. That's man.
I mean, buddy, if you really want to talk about it, we can.
No, I don't. I wish I hadn't brought it up. And
I mean, we may end up at Disneyland, and like March, April of next year. So that'd be something for us to do.
That's true.
Yeah.
Steffers is actually, at the time of this recording, I think she's home, but she was at Disneyland this last week.
Oh, well, that's cool. Good for her.
Yeah. She's living her life. She's a world traveler.
She's a traveling little so-and-so these days. Is that where she's at? No.
Dang it. I'm blaming Steffers for the fact that I did this.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. So what happens the one time Steffers puts the notes together, Disney raises the price on everything, and she sneaks in a Disneyland story.
Yeah. Gosh.
The nefarious Steffers.
Steffers. Curses, Steffers!
Shake our hands.
I forgot to mention, too, this last thing. This is my last note. As you know, I'm a big fan of the brand new 3D show coming to Animal Kingdom. It's called Zootopia Better Zoogether. I love it.
You are.
I love it.
Especially the name.
That's my favorite part is the name. And
in fact, he has a tattoo of it on his belly.
Yeah, I do. So they are going to do AP previews for Better Zoogether. Disney announced this week. Those previews are November 4th and 5th, and they're going to do the virtual queue thing. So you have to have a park pass reservation for Animal Kingdom, and then you get up at 7 a.m. and try to get your virtual queue for Better Zoogether. Those are work days, and I will not be going. So I don't think I'll be able to see Better Zoogether. I should rearrange. I don't know. I think my Animal Kingdom day is before the end of October. My farewell tour of the 4 parks before the end of my pass this month or next month. So
if it wasn't a work day, would you make time for Zootopia Better Zoogether?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I like going to Animal Kingdom anyway, and if they were offering it on the weekend, I'd give it a shot. Because I'd like to see the show. But yeah, I won't be doing that, sadly.
Well, and plus you have to show off your belly tattoo.
That's right. I'll go in with I'll wear a crop top when I go.
There you go. Yeah.
So everybody can enjoy it.
Fun for the whole family.
Oh man. No, I'm as a favor to everybody, after all the bad news today, I will not be wearing a crop top in the parks.
Oh.
No, it's not going to happen.
The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah. Well, that feels like a podcast. I believe we covered just about everything, but news keeps on coming out, and we'll have more to discuss next week. I don't know if Steffers is going to be back next week or not, but hopefully she will be. But until then, we've got some things to plug. We got to wrap up the show. Landon, what have you got going on in your world this week? Do you get to host any more radio programs?
Not as of now, but my host, Phil Williams, successfully had neck surgery this week. So talked to him over the weekend. Did well, came through it. Sounds really good, and is planning on being back on the air this week.
Wow.
So,
right.
Yeah. He is at this point the Iron Man,
Yeah.
With all the body parts and medals that have been placed in him. But yeah. So thank you for the thoughts, prayers, and well wishes sent for the Philbio. But Phil Williams hosts the Phil Show, and I produce the Phil Show on News Talk 98.7 WOKI radio station locally here in Knoxville, Tennessee, streaming 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at newstalk987.com. Also available in the iHeartRadio app and the News Talk 987 app as well. But as of now, just producing it, no hosting it. But, like I said, Phil did go through surgery, and but that's subject to change at any moment. But I also have my own fun little slice of social media on the Blue Ski. That's THEDOZ. Please go follow me, Landon Doane. I'm the best, Landon Doane, not the rest. That's where you can follow me. We talk about fun stuff like wrestling, movies, video games. I'm playing Ghosts of Yote on PlayStation. That game is gorgeous, a lot of fun. I'm enjoying my time doing that, and just enjoying fall right now. Trying to get through this waking hellscape that we're currently living in one day at a time, and we're going to get through it one day at a time. But we're going to get through it one day at a time together. And I truly believe that. So be decent to each other. You don't know what everybody else has going on right now, especially right now. But costs you nothing to be nice. So why not be nice and breathe? Have a little bit of fun. If you could do both of those things, that would mean the world to me. And I'll talk to y'all next week. Love you. Bye.
Man, talking about a hellscape. If you're a New York Jets fan, oof.
Yeah. And if you're a New York Jets fan, you might also be a New York Mets fan.
Oof. Double oof.
Yeah. I just now see what your reference got. Oh, man.
This has been a horrible game to watch. I apologize to the British people who went out and got to attend this in person. This is not a good example of American tackle football. It's been pretty miserable. We're talking about the London game, which we're recording as this is happening. It's fourth quarter. The Jets are going to lose by 2.
13-11. Is this
awful
origami?
Game. What an awful game this has been, just across the board. Anyways.
Yeah, at one point, Bo Nix, the quarterback for Denver, was 0 for 3 in the second half on attempts. And in the first half, he had thrown for a whopping 125 yards.
Yeah.
Both teams, you can't come back to America.
No.
Just stay over there.
I think the Jets need to just call it a season. I think they're done, which is not good for me. I have way too much Jet collateral on my Yahoo fantasy football team.
Oh, yeah. I know you have at least Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. I also have Breece Hall.
Oh, yeah. I had Breece last year, and after a disappointing tenure with him, I decided to stay out of the Breece Hall business this year.
But I think that's actually in my ESPN league. He's not in my Yahoo league, but in ESPN, my quarterbacks that I drafted were Joe Burrow and Justin Fields.
Double oof.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, of course, is out probably for the whole season. And the week he went out, Justin Fields had a concussion. So I picked up Geno Smith, which worked out very well for me for 1 week.
Oh, is that the week that he popped off for like 40 points?
Yeah. It was perfect. It was perfect timing. And then I switched back to Fields, and let's just say that team has been undefeated going into this week. That ESPN team, I'm going down this week for sure. This will be my first loss, and it's mostly thanks to Justin Fields.
Well, I know everybody loves it when you talk about your fantasy football team, so I'm going to talk about mine too.
Okay.
In the Yahoo League that we're in, my quarterback is singular because I only draft one quarter. I only have one quarterback. Is Kyler Murray?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not going. So Kyler's injured this week, so I have to start Sam Darnold.
Ooh, he's been all right.
He's been all right, but not lighting the world on fire.
No.
Because in our Yahoo league, there there are people that carry like 3 quarterbacks where I carry 1. So I'm like he's still in the league. Like I was this close to having to pick up Tim Tebow.
Oh man. Anyways,
yeah.
I know you all love the bonus fantasy football talk. really just delaying because I'm having everybody hang on for the update to our big news for the podcast here. So I think it's time that we talk a little bit about this. So last week I mentioned that we would have changes coming for the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. To stay tuned for new updates, and we want to share a little bit more this week. So just wanted to share that we have decided that it is time to wrap up the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. We restarted the Monday Morning Monorail 2 years ago.
Almost to the day. Landon
kind of bridged the gap during our monorail hiatus with Dawes Does Disney, and life sort of created a situation where I personally needed to step away at the time. Landon picked up the mantle and carried it, and did an amazing job doing so. And then after a hiatus, I got in a position where I was like, I really miss this. I'm ready. I'm back in a place where I can do this. And talked to Landon about it. He graciously, offered to pause the Dawes Does Disney show to bring back the monorail. And we were really excited and anxious to do that. So we moved that forward quickly. We brought back the monorail. After a couple of weeks, Steffers joined us on the monorail, and we've been kind of rolling ever since. But, a lot of things are changing for me in a good way, not a bad way, in a good way. And I think that I feel like I'm ready to kind of step away on my terms, which I didn't feel like I got to do before. So I felt like last time it just ended and I wasn't ready for it, and it was hard. This time I'm much more at peace with where I'm at. I love doing the monorail. I love talking to you guys. I love keeping the conversation going. I mean, the monorail fam's amazing. And you guys are always going to be a part of my heart. And, it's been wonderful, but just based on, a lot of things going on, I just felt like, now's the time. I feel okay with it. So we've been talking about this for a little bit, and I let Landon know that I think I was ready to go ahead and announce this. And I know Steffers is not here, but she is also going through a lot of changes, a lot of schedule issues, a lot of different things, a lot of future sort of uncertainty about what her availability is and all those sorts of things. So not to speak on her behalf, but I think that she also is in a place where she's like, she at the very least, felt like it's going to be a good time for her to step away as well, temporarily. Maybe I'm not sure, but I will let her address that in the future. So, all of that being said, very sad, to announce that the monorail is going to be pulling into the station, I wanted to not end it so abruptly. So at this point, I'm thinking. This episode comes out on the 13th. That may be November the 10th will be my last appearance on the show. So we've got 4 more. So leading up to that, we're going to open it up for people who might want to send us, messages, send us your favorite memories, favorite thoughts, just anything you might want to share the monorail. If you want to send audio, you can do that to mondaymorningmonorail@gmail.com. We'll put all this out so people are aware and they know where to send things. But please do that. But with all that being said, and we'll talk more about it as we go. With all that being said, Landon, I'll hand it back over to you to let people know what your plan is as we talk about the wrapping up of the monorail.
Yeah, Jay mentioned his last appearance is going to be November 10th. He framed it that way because in him talking about what I did, putting my show, Dawes Does Disney, on pause to restart the Monday Morning Monorail, I want to say he and I are the Monday Morning Monorail, and then we brought on Steffers, so us 3 have become the Monday Morning Monorail. I'm not ready to stop this insanity that we do. So with Jay stepping away, it is a good time to park the monorail, to press pause on that, and for me to press play on Does Disney. So the Monday Morning Monorail will once again be coming to an end, a pause on the 10th. And then on November 17th, I guess it would be, Does Disney will start again. Now, we are going to be heading towards the holidays, and the holidays are a very weird time when it comes to scheduling. And speaking of scheduling, I'm not exactly sure what the regular schedule of Does Disney is going to be at this point. There's still questions. Is it going to be a every week show? Is it going to be an every other week show? Obviously, the topic of the Monday Morning Monorail is news-based. The format of Does Disney was very similar to the Monday Morning Monorail, news-based. So I would still be talking about news coming out of the House of the Mouse in Orlando, Florida. And if I was to move to an every other week podcast, I would still be talking about that. But if something breaking happened, I would still have the liberty to come in and do a breaking news episode and talk to y'all and let y'all know what's happening, give you my thoughts, and let you talk to me about what your thoughts are. I'm still not sure what that schedule is going to look like. That being said, there will be an episode of Does Disney on November 17th. And past that, we might be going dark until 2026 and have a full relaunch of Does Disney, because I know your schedule gets wonky around the holidays. I know my schedule gets wonky around the holidays. And we have the numbers that show people don't have the same listening habits that they do regularly throughout the year because people's schedules, as I said, get wonky. So last episode of the Monorail, the last appearance for now of Justin Monorail will be November 10th. The following Monday, November 17th, the relaunch of Does Disney. Then we will be taking time to figure out what is going on behind the scenes, what the schedule will look like, and then we will relaunch fresh in January 2026 with Does Disney.
Really exciting stuff for those fans of Does Disney, and you've got a bunch of them out there. They can't wait
all
for
five
it.
of them.
They can't wait for it. No, it's good. And happy to pass the keys back over to the DAWs and let you march forward and carry on the spirit, because you do a great job. Of course, people love you, and I know that people are going to enjoy listening to the show. So, just update your programs. Be ready for it. But yeah, leading up again, we got 4 more episodes after this.
Yeah. We still got 4 episodes of the Monorail. So we're going to close out strong, and you, the lovely listener, have literally nothing to do. Sit back, relax. We're going to keep bringing you quality content all the way through. You don't have to update your podcast feed. Just the logo and the name's going to change. And there is going to be a different voice driving the boat.
Yeah. So all good in the hood. But if you would like to follow me on Instagram and stay connected as we move forward, I am at Justin Monorail. I think it's just it might be Justin _. I'm going to tell you correctly so that if you want to follow me, you can. I am Justin _Monorail. That's true.
There you go.
So check me out on Instagram. That's the place where I'm spending most of my time these days. I have stepped away from other social media platforms. But still on Facebook, so I hang out in the Facebook group as well if you're still in there, and we'll keep that up for at least for the near future, and who knows as we go. Again, if you want to send us anything that we'll share on the last show, which will be November 10th, the last Monorail show, send it to mondaymorningmonorail@gmail.com, or you could send us a direct message on Instagram, because there's a Monorail account on Instagram, and that's Morning Monorail. And if you're in the Discord or the Facebook group, you can share stuff on there as well. So you've got some time, but if you put it off, you're going to forget. Do your homework now. Don't procrastinate, and and get it out of the way. No, but again, love you all. Best podcasting listeners in the entire world. Best Monorail fam I could ask for, and Landon, you're the best Monorail co-pilot that I could have ever asked for. So always appreciate everything that you do and will continue to do. Love you, buddy.
And I love you too, man. Bad boys for life.
Love all y'all out there as well. So for now, we're going to wrap this one up. So we'll do it the way we always do. We're going to say, thank a team member, thank a cast member, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.